Over here we left off the page Lamed Beis. Page Lamed Beis. Over here the last quarter. Upirshin Yinzet says, Zocha becomes Samchayim, Lo Zocha, Zosatar Shes Som Moshe, L'fnei Yisrael. It depends. It's some. Pirshin Yinzet, Echa Torah Naslo Samchayim Kashe Zocha. How does the Torah become the Samchayim, the life potion, if you're meritorious? Shema Odom Yesh Lo Schus HaNefesh B'mitzvos. If a person has a merit to do mitzvahs, Oskona Ali de Torah Od Madreg Elyono, Ki HaTorah Hi Seichel Ho Elyon Eloki, Roy Lo Odom Kashesh Lo Schus HaNefesh. Avo kasher hu balchet, we did this, we left off here. Ba'atzmo v'nashu moli zuam of yikoris l'madrig ha'sichlis elyono, hine, ha'tomei she'ochel min ha'kodoshim, chein ze gorem elov ha'miso. Kach mi shelo zoch v'nichnas l'madrego she'krov el Hashem yisborach, maybe lo dover ze miso she'korav el dover elyon she'pitlimosov zumas nafsho. If a person goes into a location where you have to go into the Kodesh Kadoshim, the Holy of Holies, and the Kohen Gadol wasn't pure enough, what happens to him when he goes in such a holy location? He dies. So if a person himself is not worthy to study the Torah, because he himself is a sinner, and he enters there purely for the wrong reason. So what does the Torah do to him? He's taking the Torah, he's disgracing the Torah. So because you're internalizing something which you don't have the capacity for, because your capacity is on a different plane. It's on a physical, impure plane. And you want to bring into that something which is the ultimate impurity. As a result of that, it destroys the person. So if the person is in sync with the Torah, he's on a pure path, and he does mitzvahs, and his neshama is attuned to Torah, then the Torah will enhance and it advances his neshama. But on the other hand, if his neshama is corrupted with impurity, when he brings the Torah there, the Torah will actually destroy him because it has no relevance to that location. That's what he's explaining it. Therefore, if he's meritorious, he becomes samchayim. If he's worthy, lo zocha naslo samovis. Ve'ein rotze lomar kasher kvar choto patu nasa bal Torah. Ve'choteot. We're not talking about, he says, a person sinned in the past, now he wants to do tshuva, and he's changing his way. That's a bal tshuva. That person, of course, should study Torah. We're talking about a person studies Torah, despite he studies Torah, he sins. He's a sinner with the Torah. So because he's in a wrong place, and he wants to bring into that wrong place the Torah, that's considered disgracing the Torah. Now, interesting. Why does a person sin? Because he's subject to his own physicality. What is Torah? Torah itself is the ultimate transcending above your physicality. It's divine wisdom, divine intelligence. So what do you want to do? Here your mind, your emotion is intertwined with what? With physicality. And you want to take that mind and you want to bring into it the ultimate in divine wisdom. Then it doesn't. First, he's talking about the person, worthiness, not worthiness. Now he's talking about the process, the intellectual process. On what level does the intellectual process operate if a person's a sinner? Everything's connected to sin. If that's the case, he has no relevance to be able to process spiritual intelligence. Because the mechanism is what? Is off. It's operating in a different direction. That's how he's explaining it. Ki kasher uchote in roilo madrega sichlis kasher ein roilo hamadrega sichlis hadovar sheyotzi min haseder. It's something out of order. Roy misa batzmo. He says when does a person die? When something goes out of order. When things function as they meant, things continue. It's when things start malfunctioning, that's the beginning of death. So over here, the mind itself not being used and invested properly, it's out of order. Especially in the area of the intelligence, The Dover Reb Shmuel Bar Nachmoni Dorzem Imashkos Pekudei Hashem Yishorim Misamchi Lev. The dictates of Hashem are fair and brings joy to Daru Siv. Amoros Hashem Trufa. The words of Hashem are what? Have been purged. When you put something in the kiln, it's what? It's called Trufa. V'muzoche Misamchoso. It brings joy. Hainu Shenosenes L'odem Shleimus. Al Shleimus V'zal Simcha. When a person feels accomplished, it brings joy to a person. Shegol Simchi Shleimus El Asher Yesh Lo Simcha. K'mo Shmur B'chol Mokom. Lo zoch metzarefes ozo kolom haTorah she trufa. The Zaka, Torah which is pure, which is purged and pure. V'musulekas min hara, it has no relevance. It's removed from anything which represents evil. Kashem eschabe leTorah hachote shura. The person who possesses evil, when he attaches himself to the Torah, oz haTorah metzarefes msalekas hara. The Torah itself is a thing which purges. It's a purging process. So if the person in his essence is Ra because he's a sinner, it's not he sinned. He is a sinner. He knows better, he continues to sin, the Torah itself will consume him. Because the process of Torah is what? Is to purge Ra. So if the person himself wants to be good and he has Ra in his background, the Torah will purify him in a positive sense. But if the path he's taking, wants to take, is Ra, so what does it do to him? This is called Varkesh Num Hashem. The words of Hashem are like fire. Right? Fire can either purify or can destroy. So if you're on the proper path and you have some imperfections, it'll correct the imperfections. But if the person himself, his essence, is Ra, what does it do? It'll purge that. But that's the essence of the person. Therefore, the person ultimately will bring death to that person. Ubesalekes hara kasher haTorah hi hatov haschus hagomor. So amiso reshim elok shlomad ze migufi dekro. To be continued. Okay? But you get the idea.
Well, this person really has no Yiras Hashem. I mean, it's
No question.
No.
He knows better. Despite he knows better, he's doing the wrong thing.
Right, so even when
Why is he doing the wrong
his
thing?
learning is not really, learning Torah has something to do with the reason we should learn Torah.
Let's say a person, he's not defiant. He's not a defiant Jew. Just can't control himself.
No, fine. What is it?
Defiant. He's not a defiant Jew.
Yeah.
He really,
Right.
he's a very earthy, physical person,
Right.
and he likes the best of both worlds. So he indulges, does many wrong things, and whatever it is, but yet he likes to study Torah. Even he wants to do the mitzvah of Torah. He wants to, but factually, his whole mind is purely to satisfy his own physicality. He'll have illicit relationships, he'll eat non-kosher, all these kinds of things, because he enjoys it. Many years ago, there was a sea program in the late 60s up in Winnipeg, Canada. And there was a Jew up there, and he would sit over Gemara on Shabbos with a cigarette. He was married to a shiksa. Okay? So where is this guy coming from? Right? He has such an enjoyment from studying, he can't detach himself. But where's his life? His life has nothing to do with what he's studying. It's clear. Not to be married to a Jewish woman, and as you learn on Shabbos to smoke a cigarette over the Gemara. So it's purely what? It's intellectualism. Maybe he feels he wants to have some connection to God, but you have no relevance to this.